So good evening, everybody. Once again, I am Nagraj. If there are anyone of you, some of you who are attending this program for the first time, I'm Nagaraju from District 320D, Hyderabad, and I've been alive for a very long time, maybe more than 4 decades. And I'm also an LCIP. And in my role as LCIP, I thought, why should not I create a platform for all of us to interact with each other, benefit each other? That was the idea with which I started this program. This was at the beginning of this year. Already we have done 15 fortnightly episodes. The basic idea when I started this program was to engage ourselves. So there are about 60 LCIPs in the ISAME area. Quite often we feel that we do not have enough opportunity to share our skills and knowledge with people. And also we wanted to create a platform so that all of us will be a little more engaged with the process of training. And we had another objective in mind. There were so many FDIs and other trained graduates in our ISAME area who can upskill themselves, and improve their facilitation skills. And sometimes perhaps they do not find enough uh, opportunity for that. So that we thought maybe we will meet the FDIs through this platform and help each other. Finally, there are so many other passionate lines. They are not institute graduates, but they would like to become trainers in the course of time. So we thought, let's help them improve their life skills, improve their training skills, improve their participation skills. And that's why we created this platform. And this has been doing really well. Every one of these episodes, we typically get about 150 to 200 participants. Though our expectation was very high in the beginning, generally we have about 150 to 200, but we are happy with that. So this is how we've been doing that. And every one of these programs, we are starting with the code of ethics. Typically, Lions programs in India start with the flag invocation, but we thought there should be a change. So the flag invocation we thought was as much important as the flag invocation. Perhaps we felt it is even more important. And because many clubs have stopped reading the code of ethics. When I joined Lionism, it used to be a part of every program. So we thought we should invite people to read the code of ethics. And luckily for us, there have been requests from all over India to get involved, and they have been volunteering to read the code of ethics. So today I invite Shalini Bhargava, Rupal Pachauri, Pranita Kanherkar, and Neetu Sahu, all from Vidisha Sunrise Lions Club. I request them to get ready. Please unmute yourselves, all four of you, and please start reading the code of ethics.
To show my faith in the worthiness of my vocation by industrious application to the end that I may merit a reputation for quality of service.
To seek success and to demand all fair remuneration or profit as my just due, but to accept no profit or success at the price of my own self-respect lost because of unfair advantage taken or because of questionable acts on my part.
To remember that in building up my business, it is not necessary to tear down another's, to be loyal to my clients or customers and true to myself.
Doubt arises as to the right or ethics of my position or action towards others, to resolve such doubt against myself.
To hold friendship as an end and not a means, to hold that true friendship exists not on account of the service performed by one to another, but that true friendship demands nothing but accept service in the spirit in which it is given.
Always to bear in mind my obligations as a citizen to my nation, my state, and my community, and to give them my unswerving loyalty in word, act, and deed, to give them freely of my time, labor, and means.
To aid others by giving my sympathy to those in distress, my aid to the weak and my substance to the needy.
Careful with my criticism and liberal with my praise, to build up and not destroy.
We will begin the program here, and then I request all of you to once again be attentive and continue participating in the program throughout. And as I already mentioned at the beginning of the program, in case you would like your attendance to be reported to the Learn portal, which I'm sure will be very helpful to you in the long run, please add your member number either to your name or in the chat box, preferably in the chat box. Right. So we are very proud to have our past international director, one of the senior most past international directors we have, like Vinod Khanna with us today. And he is a past multiple council chairperson, all chairperson as well. He served as international director from 2007 to 2009. He specializes in the business of self-adhesives, tapes, and building materials. So we are very happy that he's here today. He has been a member for a very, very long time. Like I'm a four-decade old, and he's a more than 5-decade old. I think one of the senior most lions and one of the senior past international directors. I mean, one or two things that I'd like to tell you about him. He served on the International Election Committee, which is a very, very, very rare opportunity even for international directors. Not every international director gets opportunity to serve on the international convention committees. So he was on the election committee, he was on the parade committee, and he represented the Indian contingent. And he was the editor of the Lion magazine. I think all of us received the Lion magazine home, and he was the editor of that. And then he served on many, many other national, international level committees, which is a rare distinction for any past international director. So he's also a trustee of many, many important permanent projects, including a blood bank, Alliance Hospital, Alliance Service Trust, and many others. There is perhaps no award that he has not won. That one sentence perhaps will give an idea of what are the kind of awards that he has received. Though I have not personally interacted with much, I did not get opportunities to personally interact with him. When I invited him, he hardly took half a minute to say yes. I was really surprised. In fact, perhaps he did not even know me. So when I called him, I told him I'm Nagaraju from Hyderabad, please be our chief guest. He readily accepted. So, sir, thank you very much. Welcome to this program. The floor is yours now. I request you to give your message and also declare this episode of SkillUP as inaugurated. You can unmute yourself, sir. Let's all welcome past international director Vinod.
Thank you very much, Nagaraju. I must first of all compliment you for the kind of initiative which you have taken in this skill development, which was the most required thing for all the lines upcoming leaders also of our country. And today I am happy that you have an LCIP qualified person in Vinay Das, who is also a very good instructor. I must compliment you for choosing him also. Well, it's a great opportunity for me. I was really surprised when you rang me up. I never expected a call from you, but it's a great that you are working as a with our director Babu Rao also, which is a great opportunity for you also. Today, friends, let me first of all share with you. I don't know how many of you know that our incoming president, 2004-2005, Oliveira, he has declared his slogan for the year 2004 and 5, and the slogan which he has given is "Make your mark." What does it mean? As a Lions, as a line leader, as an upcoming leader, we are supposed to put our mark in the field of Lionism, and particularly serving the poor people. Now, when we are talking about leadership and other things, when I'm talking about this make your mark, basically what is it? There are so many lions in all over the world, but how many of them they have put their mark in the history of Lionism? And to make that mark, you have to have some glory also. And if you want to have that glory, you want to have that recognition as a leader, you must have few qualities in yourself. I know I have a few minutes, But I must tell you, if all of us, any one of us, we want to be, anybody can become a good leader. You see, there is a difference between becoming a leader and becoming a good leader, and leaving the footprints for the work he has done in the society. For that, friends, if you want to have that kind of glory, you must have courage, you must have determination, you must have skills to perform, and that makes it possible for somebody to continue doing something different and difficult with the others also. And that is how we can get the glory for ourselves. Well, friends, as a leader, I don't know how many of you, the best thing is, I need not explain how type what kind of leaders we have, leadership we have. But the most important thing, as Naga said about me, the most important thing, if you want to be a good leader, if you want to be a popular leader, if you want to have that kind of glory in yourself, one thing you all must remember, come what may, we must have a family relationship with our fellow lions. Same thing applies when we are doing service activity. We must have that kind of heart. We should not shirk from untouchability or something like that. So that is what my message today is, Naga. As told by you, you have provided me 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I think I wish this 16th skill development program a great success. Wish you all good luck and best of the episode by Naga and presenter Vinay Das itself. Thank you very much, Naga.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your time and also for the wonderful message that you've given us. And in a nutshell, you've told us what leadership is and what qualities are needed to be demonstrated when we accept important responsibilities in lionism. So leadership is an easy job for those who would like to take it up and who are passionate, and a very difficult job if you're not ready. So thank you very much, sir, for giving your time. I know you are a very, very busy person, and despite that, when I call you this late night, you've given us time and also have given us your message. I am a silent admirer of yours, a great fan of yours, though we have not directly interacted. I watched you on stage 4 or 5 times, and so I've always held you in great esteem. Thank you very much for coming here. Thank you, sir.
Naga, it's my pleasure, to be among all the lines.
Thank you. So we are going on to the presentation. So this is the 16th episode in this series. So we've been hosting these episodes every alternate Thursdays, so every fortnight. So this is the 16th one. So this is going to be presented by LCIP, Dr. Vinay Das. I had the opportunity to be his roommate twice, I think. So, and we had wonderful time together. And then he is a great entertainer, and then a friend, a socializer. And then I think it always was a pleasure being with him, spending time with him. He calls himself a performance enhancer. I like that expression that he uses to describe himself, performance enhancer. Beautiful, no? So it sounds really good. So his occupation is motivating people, guiding people, molding people, especially lions, students, youngsters, entrepreneurs, college goers. We are all kinds of people. He interacts with lots of different kinds of people, and he helps them build cohesive teams. He always helps young people make a mark of their own. I think that's where his success lies. I think we know quite a lot of people who help youngsters set goals. But here is one, Dr. Vinay, who not only just helps them set goals, but he empowers them to achieve those goals. He helps them create action plans for themselves, and he makes them self-reliant. This is one quality I like. He has a wonderful, sweet voice, a mesmerizing voice. So you will, of course, you will feel that as he makes this presentation. And I think one more thing that I'd like to tell you is very often we see people speaking about success. So, I mean, they have stories of success, they have steps to succeed, they have lots of other tips that they give to presentations like this, and then where they say how to succeed. But here is Dr. Vinay, who focuses more, his niche is to help people overcome failures or maybe manage failures, failure management. So I think that is his forte. So this is again something very unique. I don't think I've come across anybody who talks about failures so very well. So I have great pleasure in inviting Dr. Vinay to make this presentation about developing the leader within. Over to Vinay.
Good evening and a big hello to everybody. It is my pleasure to be in a jocund company like this one, a company where you find people not only good trainers, but good human beings also. So I first of all thank your Mr. Lion. I'll not say Lion. He's not only a great trainer, but a good human being also. My dear Nagraju. He has said many things about me, but he is a person, a very silent person, a knowledgeable person. You can say ocean of knowledge. Every breath of his, every breath of, he breathes Lionism, I believe. He breathes knowledge. And the greatest thing about him is that he is ready to share knowledge. Again, thank you, Nagaraju, for having the distinguished guest, PID Vinod Khanna, a person who talks from the heart, a person who knows Lionism ins and out. Thank you, sir. Before we go, I request everyone. Nagaraju has told you to suffix your membership number. I request you to prefix what type of leader are you? Are you a considerate leader, a passionate leader, an able leader? Let's set the ball rolling for you. I repeat, please prefix a word which tells about you what type of leader you are. As I tell you, for example, I'll say before Nagaraju, considerate Nagaraju, or able XYZ. Start doing so. You have 5 seconds to do so.
Narasimharaju has already posted that he is a passionate leader.
Thank you.
And Anand IRG says that he's an able Anand.
Okay.
And Surya Prakash says passionate Surya Prakash.
Superb.
And we have passionate Shalini.
Okay.
We have benevolent PDG and Govindaraju. And we have helpful Gauri. We have another passionate Hegde. We have actionable Sajal Kumar.
Okay.
We have passionate Jaya Mohan. We have another passionate Saroj. And active Neelam. Murali Manohar has the right perspective. And CNU Chari is passionate. And alacritic Anurag Gar.
Okay.
And innovative BK Shah.
Superb.
And passionate Lalji Verma.
Whoa.
Considerate and passionate Sonia.
Okay.
And valuable Vinod. Result-oriented Mallikarjun. Another passionate Rupal. Helpful Tushar.
Okay.
Passionate Sahu. Always available Nabil.
Okay.
So realistic Arya.
Okay.
A confident Vinit. Perfectionist Chandrangi.
Okay.
Positive Vijayalakshmi. Dedicated Shalini. And a progressive Lisbon. She calls herself a work in progress leader.
Yeah.
Then passionate Sanjeev. Another passionate Dhar. Empathetic, Dr. Saroj.
Mhm.
Cherishing, Subramanian. There are many more. Do you want me to continue, Vinay?
No, okay, say. So in the meantime, we have crossed the 100 number, and in all this, we have seen one word which is coming very prominently. That's passionate and superb. A leader has to be passionate. Passion is what which drives you to be a leader. And as we all say, what is true leader? I had told you that day to say leadership can be defined in many ways, but which I believe leadership, if I said to define in 10 words, the leadership, it says that yes, it's not working, it seems.
Is the slide not moving?
No,
Please close that and start again.
which I'm doing it, I think.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, I'll continue reading a few.
Yeah, in the meantime,
yeah, replies that have been sent. I think there are some long messages also.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shalvin says typically exhibit qualities such as strong communication skills, empathy, integrity, collaborative mindset, vision, dedication. Quite a lot of qualities of good leadership. Yeah. Narasimharaju says the individual who is influential, guides, motivates, and others towards common objectives is a great leader. And Dr. Saroj says leader is visionary, who inspires action and builds community of followers. And BK Shah says leader is a problem solver. And of course, BK Shah again says a positive attitude is essential. And Murli Manohar Biala says real leaders must be creative. NM Hegde says ability of an individual or a group of people to influence and guide is important. And the one who has conquered his fears, one who has conquered his fears is a great leader, is like Sajal Kumar's answer. Leader needs to be committed, Ram Manohar. Leader is one who can plan, organize, motivate, and conduct. Take people along is Ananda's answer. A leader is who creates leaders and brings out the best in others. This is Dr. Subramanian.
Okay, we can start.
Yeah, please.
See, we have kept the session very crisp and compact. We'll talk about what leadership is. It something different, not the common thing. Some 3 leadership qualities we'll discuss. There are many qualities, but we'll discuss. Then now, I believe every leader has to be a learner. A learner and the 3 requisites and the 3 skills which we talk about. Now, as I was talking about that leadership is nowadays, as we have told that every one is a leader, every line is a leader. So you have to be something different. What difference has to be there? I believe, as I told you, leader is someone who has the capacity to inspire and guide. And most probably and most important is that he or she must influence others towards a shared vision or a goal. Now, here let's come down to the funnel, and which I believe a leader is someone who must be able to inspire and motivate, to give a direction, to focus on the team members' engagement and the active support of the team. Moreover, leader is someone who gives voice to the team members and inspires trust and is a learner. Now, this is the basic thing which I was talking about, and even our first international vice president who will be the international president next year, Fabricio, says that you have to understand oneself. You can tell lies to anyone and everyone in this world, but you cannot tell lies to yourself. That's the importance. The importance of understanding your strength and your weakness is a must. Now, before I go to this one, I will request everyone to write one leadership quality in the chat box. Any leadership quality which you think is a must. One. There are many leadership qualities. I request you to write one leadership quality which you think is a must. Yes, Nagraj, please.
Do you want to read?
Yeah.
NM Hegde, vision and inspiration, Ram Manohar,
Okay.
honesty, and Prakash Rao, action,
Yes.
adaptability from Dr. Saroj, communication skills from BK Shah, good
Superb.
listening skills from Surya Prakash,
Yes.
and leading from the front is Maninder Singh's answer, giving
Yes.
time is Thomas Aya's answer, and teamwork, Narasimha Raju's answer,
Yes.
organization skills, Sajal Kumar's answer, intuitive decision-making skills, Anurag Gaur's answer, and emotional intelligence, Bisman's answer, motivation skills, Anand Iyer's answer, and transparency from BK Shah, empowering the team, Lalji Verma, reputation, Shiv Kumar, reputation perhaps is not a skill, I think. Okay, anyway, shared vision to goal is Shalini's answer, voluntary leadership is
Yes.
Trivedi.
Thank you, Nagaraju. Thank you. Thank you. So this are the few qualities or few leadership qualities which we have talked about. Now, I have taken 3 leadership qualities mainly. Let's discuss on 3. Integrity, which our PID Vinod Khanna said that you have to be the first and the foremost quality of a leader is integrity. And then obviously empathy. Empathy is what? You must have a heart to understand. And next comes is resilience. Come what may, no one will stop you. That's why I say diamond. Diamond is the hardest metal in this world. You have to be a diamond, and you are a diamond. Come what may, whatever the problems come. So let's start with integrity. What is integrity? We know it integrity. Integrity is the quality to be honest at all times, come what may. Now, how does integrity help you in leadership? It helps you to build the trust, tells you that you're a credible lion, and obviously in terms of dilemma, integrity is the one which talks about that what ethical decision you have to take. This is something which at times we flatter or falter with, I'll say. The conscience, the time for introspection. The most next comes empathy. If you don't understand someone, how can you do things for? For that, you have to communicate. We say, no, there was a time when speech was silver and silence was golden. But nowadays, we say, everyone listens to what the mouth says. None listens to what the heart says. In this age of deafening sound, none understands the language of silence. So how to speak, how to communicate? We say, no, we are appreciated or applauded for how we hammer things. A goldsmith also hammers, an ironsmith also hammers. But communication is about hammering to the right point at the right time, at the right direction. That's like a goldsmith. You have to hammer like a goldsmith. Precise, compact, to the point. That's why we give more money to a goldsmith rather than giving money to an ironsmith. An ironsmith takes a big hammer and hammers it because of lots of sweat, lots of, you can say, dangers. But it's the goldsmith whom we pay more. Why? Because of the communication, because of the hammering which he does. Now, because of empathy, what will happen? You'll be able to make good relations because you are not doing things, you're understanding things. You are going into the shoes of the person. And the most important thing which I believe is that a leader has to understand how to plan and do conflict resolution. And it can happen only and only by empathy. Unless you understand things or believe in the people, you cannot. Any questions till now? Or people who will not agree to me? Okay, then let's come to the next one. Resilience. Now, what is resilience? Because, see, life is not a bed of roses. Life is a bed of roses, I understand, but thorns are also there. Life is about ups and downs. You may be up, at times you will come down. But yes, you must have the courage and the caliber to bounce back, to go back. And how to prove? Now, this resilience is something, it tells you to how to adapt to the situation. Now, yes, there can be lots of pain. There is no one in this world who doesn't have a pain or a suffering. But as a leader, you will be a motivation to everyone. You are someone who can lead them at times of problems also. You are the only and only motivation. So that's why we see leaders as someone who are very happy, but it's not that they also have sadness, but they know how to motivate people at times of laid downs. And the greatest means caliber of a leader is that as a result of resilience, he knows how to solve problems. So when we make these things together, as I believe, I always want to blend things, integrity, empathy, and resilience. What we get? We get a positive culture. A positive things, everyone saying, yes, yes, we can do it. Yes, we can do it. Then we start involving everyone. Every team member is involved. And as a result, the leadership is effective. But I always believe, first of all, there must be a vision. Everyone will agree to the fact that Taj Mahal is one of the greatest things in life. And everyone who has visited. But their vision. Now, if you ask someone will say, Taj Mahal is a mausoleum of love. But someone will say, Taj Mahal is a cemetery. But we cannot disagree to the fact, the vision of Shah Jahan. Although many people have many views, the Shah Jahan, after Mumtaz, he married another person. After this one, he cut down the hands of this one. But we have to agree to the fact that Shah Jahan had a vision. And on a humorous side, at that point of time, there were many kings who had lots of wives, lot of beautiful ladies, who had lots of land, but no one thought of making a Taj Mahal. That's a vision. A vision must be something different. A leader is someone who knows how to have a vision. Now, if you have a vision, you have to fulfill the vision. And that vision, we have to, has a goal by SMART. And I don't think to explain, everyone over here is a leader and everyone knows what SMART means. Then also I like to say specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-bound. Now, I believe leader is not a destination, but an ongoing journey, a learner at every point of time. Why? Because the leader is always curious and he or she is open-minded. He is curious to know things more and more. So as he knows things more and more, he is adaptable and he tries to excel every point of time. That's a leader. And he doesn't deter from the fact that I will not embrace technology. Ladies and gentlemen, can you say what is the difference between the teeth and the tongue? A tongue is there from your birth to death. But a teeth is not there from birth to death. The reason behind is that teeth are very rigid. A tongue is a very flexible thing. So as a result, we have to be flexible. As a leader, you have to be flexible. As I told you earlier, you can say, if you don't be flexible, you'll be out of time. Now, the first and the foremost thing is that, which I believe that a leader should have the courage to take feedback. But we sometimes believe that feedback, if I ask for someone feedback, if someone will give me his or her frustration. But it's not so. Feedback will help you to know things better. Feedback will help you to change gears. Feedback will help you to do things better. And as a result, as I told you, you are positive-minded, so obviously you will invest in development. And I believe leader is someone who will always encourage someone. He or she as a learner will also want learning. Always believe in the word of networking and mentorship. And knowledge, I say, read anything. Anything, it can be the newspaper also. At least every day you have to read, because reading helps you to get informed and helps you to be in time. Once you're out of time, you cannot do things. Now, this one is a different day. We can discuss how to acquire the new skills and knowledge. we don't have so much time. I next go to the next important thing, which I believe is that 3 requisites for a leader. I think there are many other requisites, but these are the 3 requisites which, as a leader, you should have, and I believe you have in you. I believe you are a very great communicator, a communicator, how to tell things, when to tell things, which I always believe in one thing, 5 W's and 1 H. I hope everyone knows what 5 W's and 1 H means. What, when, where, who, whom, and H is how. Someone to remember it says that 5 wives and 1 husband also. 5 W's and 1 H. Now, the next thing which we believe is mentoring and networking. Now, as a leader, as I told you, the second requisite which must be there is a mentoring and networking. As a leader, you must be ready to help someone. As a leader, you must be able to tell someone how to reach the goal. And you must know the art of networking. Networking doesn't mean getting up in the morning and saying hello, good morning to everyone. Networking doesn't mean that you flood someone's WhatsApp thing. Networking means sharing something. It's, if you also want to say good morning, tell to the concerned person, not in a group. And that one has to be done leading by example. You have to prove yourself. You have to prove yourself that you have the caliber in you. You have to at times go against the wave. You have, until unless you prove, until unless you do, people will not know you. People will not understand you. People will not believe you. So to that, we go to this thing. Can anyone tell me, I believe in movies, and you can say, can anyone tell me what is the common thing in these 3 movies? Please write down in the chat box, what do you believe is the common thing in these 3 movies? Lagan, Chak De, and Chichore.
The answer is a team spirit and teamwork.
Yeah, chat box.
Most answers relate to team spirit and teamwork.
Superb. That's see, we always believe in a leader is someone who can ignite a team. If you see in Lagan, the leader, Amir Khan, went against, they never played cricket. They never knew what cricket was. But they had a purpose that, yes, if you win, we'll not have to play the Lagan. And that was their purpose. You must have a purpose and you have to go against. Similarly, come to Chak De. A simple movie where girls or women hockey was not recognized there. This bunch of girls from different states came together and played not only for the country, but for themselves. Sorry. I believe if you remember Komal Chutala, she says, she gives pass to the last and says, Dikha de us londe ko. Let's prove that boy that you have that caliber in you. You have that zeal in you and you can do it. And what about Chichore? It says it doesn't matter you win or lose. At least you fought for it. At least no one will tell that you are a loser. And first and foremost, you will, when you look into the mirror, you will not say that you are a loser. I always say that what is the difference between dogs and human beings? Nagaraju, you'll say, people say dogs are faithful. But I say, when a dog looks into the mirror, it barks. And an ugly man, a bald man like me, if I look into the mirror, I smile. That's the difference between a dog and a human being. And you have to understand that you have that caliber in you. Smile. Give the best smile. People say, how do you do? I say, I have 2 dimples. Just 2 dimples I have. Everyone has the caliber in you. How to prove it? Get up in the morning. Look into the mirror. Point yourself and say, you are the best. That thing will go out throughout the day. Because when you say you are the best, someone from the mirror tells you that you are the best. And that's the basic thing we have to understand. Along with motivating your team, you have to motivate yourself. Until unless you motivate yourself, how can you motivate your team? You have to glow, then only the glow will be there. Now, we have to understand one more thing. The greatest thing of all times is that, come what may, a leader has to prove every day that you can never be wrong. Although you are a human being, everyone looks up to you as a superhero. Everyone has that belief that yes, he can do it. So you have to prove. Try to understand. Emotional intelligence is something which you must have. I believe this. You have to understand and manage emotions, which is very easy to be said. I know it's very easy to be said, but very difficult, a Herculean task to manage. But yes, by doing so, you will build interpersonal relationships. And the greatest thing is that you have to make decisions. You cannot, I can say, you have to make a decision ethically, emotionally. And the great last but not the least thing, which every leader should have the skill, is that building and leading a team. You are a leader if you can build a team and lead a team. Until unless it is not done. I believe I have taken 2 case studies. Kindly put your mobile in the silent mode and listens to these 2 leaders, which I believe they are leaders par excellence. The way they speak, they are very humble, which I believe they are very knowledgeable. And he can give you a challenge. No one will say, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, politics, no, everyone will say, they are great leaders. Over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am indeed delighted to be with the honorable members of the European Parliament on the occasion of the Golden Jubilee year of the European Union. I am reminded of the dream of an Indian poet, Kaniyan Pungundranath, who articulated in 3000 years back in Tamil classic Purananu. He says, Yadum Ure Yavaran Kelis, which means I am a world citizen. Every citizen is my own kith and kin, he said 3000 years back. As we say in India, where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is an order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world.
A humble person, he mesmerized them. And everyone will agree to the fact, many years ago, a monk from India, Swami Vivekananda, went there and mesmerized the Western world. And then it was our late President, Abdul Kalam, who showed to the world that what we can do. Starting from being a scientist and a powerful president, he proved par excellence what leadership is. Over to you, the next person. I really admire him, not because that he has been a bachelor throughout the life, but because of the qualities, the humbleness he has.
I grew up in an environment where if you had an idea, your boss or your manager politely told you, and sometimes not so politely, that you need to gain some experience before you open your mouth. You need to roll up your sleeves and spend 5 years on the shop floor. Then you can talk. And that's not what enterprise is today. Enterprise today is an ability of someone who may be in his 20s, who has a good idea, and he needs to find a way to implement them. We now have an environment of venture capital that listens to that person, and we have a facility like this to enable that person to try out his idea, to bring it into reality of fruition.
That's the leaders of today. Earlier, leaders were thought to be persons who are known because of the gray hair. But nowadays, it's not so. You have to have an idea which can move things, an idea which can ignite people, an idea which can, as Abdul Kalam told, again I say, an idea is something, a dream is not something, an idea is not something which makes you sleep. An idea or a dream is something which doesn't allow you to sleep. Now, don't think that if you don't sleep, how will you live? Apart from your 8-hour sleep or a 6-hour sleep, you live for that dream. You live the dream. Every moment is that which you want to understand. That's a leader. A leader can be anyone. It doesn't mean that you must have lots of experience. But yes, you must have an idea. You must have a knowledge. You must be able to inspire, motivate to a common goal. That's a leadership, which I believe. And how do you take an action steps? As Nagaraju also told, I believe that, for example, you take one of the best example of JEE. Only 25% people go to the IIT. What do 75% people do? Aren't they, you can say, intelligent people? They are intelligent people. For how can a 3-hour exam can decide that everything? So you have to understand. But again, we say that a leader, if you are leader means you have to be successful. No. A leader is someone who, in spite of becoming unsuccessful, you believe in the fact that you have done ethically, emotionally things. I believe a leader is someone who will empower his or her team to foster collaboration. Because nowadays, it doesn't mean for me to win, someone has to lose. It is to collaborate. The world is about collaborating. We are collaborating with each other and collaborating for a positive change within the community. Now, the key words which you have to understand: leader is someone who will empower the person, serve the team to start a collaboration of positive change within an organization. I hope I've covered this one. The field is open for the Q&A answers. Over to you, Nagaraj.
Thank you, Binay. That was quite an exhaustive presentation, and then you brought out lots of important, essential points. I think Binay has made it very clear that everybody is a born leader, and we need to look for the qualities that we already have and the qualities that we further have scope to improve, and then work on them so that we can develop the leadership skills and we develop the leader within. Thank you, Binay. So it's question time now. Saroj, do you have a question?
Good evening, sir. Yeah. And thank you, Binoy Das, sir. It was really great to hear about the develop a leader within. Sir, my question is, how can Lion leaders develop themselves differently in comparison to corporate leaders?
See, first of all, I believe leadership comes with knowledge. Now, in Lionism, there are I believe there are two railway lines. One is leadership in terms of the institutes, leadership in terms of positions. So I don't know, it's destiny or something. that Nagaraju has given me today, because February 29, and again, within a few months, we'll have elections in our organization. Our organization is something which tells that every year, the governor tells that someone has to take my place. You have, if you have to choose what you want to become. You want to become a leader in institute, or you want to be position. In institute, you start with ELLI, then you go to ALLI, then you do FDI. Now again you will say, sir, this institute, if the district governor doesn't sign, I will not go, I will not be able to go. No problem. If you are really a good trainer, apply for LCIP. LCIP, in LCIP, there is no governor signing. You can directly go, the Lions Club International selects you on the basis of your trainer. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm a practical example. The first time when LCIP happened offline, outside Ogbrook, it was in Nepal. 16 people got selected from ISAME, and I was the one person. Out of the 16, 4 people got certified. One, Roy Verghese, multiple council, past multiple council chairperson, Roy Verghese, past multiple council, Vaman Kumar, past district governor, Monica Sawant, and myself, Binoy Das. I never crossed district cabinet secretary. I was an LCIP certified. And one more, my brother from Sandesh, from Nepal. So if you want to, it's up to you what type of leadership you want. Yes, next.
If I may add one sentence to what Binay said, Dr. Saroj, in the corporate environment, it's mostly competition. And in the Lions environment, it should be collaboration. Of course, there are lots of other, we cannot generalize it too much, but I think if you just keep that in mind, perhaps it will be easier for you to appreciate the difference between the two. Before I unmute Anand Kumari, there are 3 questions here in the chat box. Line VP Marwa says he would like to know if all the leaders practice what they preach. Of course, again, I don't think that can be answered. It depends on the leader. Lion Vincent, sometimes an upcoming leader in Lionism is not encouraged by organizations' existing leaders, past district governors. How to overcome such a situation? So if others are not motivating you, what should you do? Binay, that's the question.
See, as I always told, that until unless you believe in yourself, there can be bricks can come to you. It is up to you. You build your own house or a wall. It's up to you. If you are building a wall, you are segregating yourself. Now, bricks are there. As a leader, it's up to you how you face those situations. I have to tell you something. You have only 1 year, or as a leader, as a district governor, and in that 1 year, you have to prove. There were many people who will pull down your leg, but at the end of the day, when you are through your governorship, when you sit down and you recollect things, that what have you done? Until unless you believe that you have done the right thing, people will say many things. It's up to you how you believe. And yes, someone has told here, Leo Stanley has told very rightly, that the best thing is servant leadership. Now, you have to understand that until unless we believe in servant leadership in Lionism, things cannot work.
Binay, there is another question. It's not exactly a question, but it's a request. Lion HN Singh would like you to give him some straight, easy tips to cultivate and develop leadership skills.
Sir, Lion HN Singh, he himself is a great leader in Lucknow. He is a senior person, and he has been, as a trainer, he is doing superb work in that in our multiple. Hats off to HN Singh, what he is doing. He is doing small things which doesn't get recognized, but I'll share with you. He is doing some Antodan, you're like same thing, you can say thing, which everyone has to do. It means we have to understand at the end of the day, which I say that when you look into the mirror, you should not be ashamed yourself. If you believe, you should have believed that you have done something for society. That's a great thing.
Leo Stanley would like to know if servant leadership works in all kinds of environments, or does it work in only some situations?
I didn't get again, come again.
Does servant leadership work successfully in all kinds of environments, or does it successfully function only in some kinds of environments?
See, Leo Stanley, nowadays leadership's definition has changed. Servant leadership definition has changed. But if you are doing leadership for yourself, or you have thought of doing leadership, then there is no other alternative to servant leadership. You may get many brickbats, but if you are able to, we say no. What is happiness? Everyone searches for happiness. The definition for happiness, that while sleeping in the night, if this one is empty, and when you wake up in the morning, your stomach is empty, then you are happy. While sleeping, your mind should be clean, that you don't have to take tablets for sleeping. And when I get up in the morning, your stomach should be clean, and that's happiness. And that can only happen when you have done something for society. If you have done something wrong, no one can see, but you can see. Your conscience is there. That will say, that will prick you that yes, today you have done something wrong. And if you have done something good, today you'll say, you'll have a peaceful sleep.
Vinay, I think before I come back to I'll come back to the chat box in a moment. Anand Kumari has a question.
Yes. Yes, my sister. Yes, my sister Anand Kumari.
Yes, I'm happy you have done a wonderful presentation. I have to say to all the friends over here, I was a 16 among the persons who attended the LCIP, and congratulations, it was a wonderful presentation. I have a question for you. Leaders can be developed by themselves, or they can be groomed.
Yes, they can be developed. There are many examples. We have seen many people born. There is a saying, gone are the days when a king's son will become the king. Nowadays, it's about how you mold yourself. If you have the zeal in yourself, and if you want to be a leader, you can be a leader. There is nothing you can say. It has been proved. Our Honorable Prime Minister has proved it. Going back 40 years back or 50 years back, no one thought that he will be a Prime Minister. Even he didn't think. But just think about destiny. How he changed himself. And now everyone knows it is history.
Vinay, there is a question in the chat box from Misban. She would like to know your personal story. What were the hurdles that you had in your leadership career, and how did you overcome them?
See, my dear Misban, I believe that I will not walk in front of you, neither walk behind you, and I will always walk with you. I don't believe myself in that. Can say, see, I understand. From every district, there was that for ALLI, 2 people will be selected. I had to prove myself that I am selected. Then I did my FDI. Then after doing my FDI, I can say I applied for LCIP. LCIP, I was selected from the international. So you'll believe from the whole North India, I was the only one to be selected. And I was the only one to be selected to attend LCIP as offline. We have, in our multiple, we have 3 more LCIPs. One is PID, Dr. Jagdish Gulati, PID, JP Singh, and PDG, Ravi Manuja. So I am the only LCIP who is not a district governor or is not a PDG.
Okay, I think she would like to know if you had any hurdles in your leadership journey, and then how did you overcome them? Was there any hurdle at any time?
Sorry. I will tell you one more thing, one real story. I am a Bengali, born and brought up in Nagaland. Okay. My Hindi was not so good. So in Delhi, I am from since 1996. So in my district, I was told that I'll be given an opportunity to speak if I speak in Hindi. And it was been our late, there was a district governor by name Jagdish Rai Goyal, who became, and he's a past multiple council chairperson also. He's no more with us. He told me one thing. He was a wizard of words, you can say. He told me that, Binoy, I'll give you an opportunity if you can speak in Hindi. And then my clubs, there was a past district governor by the name Rajeshwar Kapoor, who tells myself as his Hanuman. So he told me that you have to speak in Hindi. I was given 15 minutes only to speak in Hindi in a group of faculty where all are PDGs. And from there, everyone say that there is no stopping. You have to take challenges, my dear Ms. Bhan. Without challenges, things cannot work. I had to prove myself that I can do, but I have to prove myself. You have to prove yourself.
Dr. Shekhar, your question, please.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, doctor. Yes, doctor.
My question is, how will you differentiate the leaders in the present society and leaders in the Lionism? Do you think that the distance is narrowing now?
Yes. See, definition, we have to understand. Now we have seen many leaders who has become international presidents also, who have become the president of America also. Now we have, leadership in Lionism, a district governor is for 1 year. And leadership cannot happen, and outside leadership cannot happen in 1 year. As I told you, it's a continuous process. Leadership is not a destination, but an ongoing journey. The leadership, the zeal and enthusiasm, everyone will accept the fact. There are many past district governors who will accept the fact. The zeal with which they do their governorship, after the 1 year, they sometimes get tired. The zeal has to be there. The passion has to be there, which you all said, that you have to, leader has to be a passionate person. The passion should always be there, should always burn. We sleep tonight to wake up tomorrow morning. What is that passion which wakes you up tomorrow morning? Someone said that everyone wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. You cannot go to heaven without dying. And you want to get to heaven, but you don't want to go to death. It must be some other day. Everyone wants to become a leader, but that zeal has to be there. The zeal has to be there. For example, you have a French cut. You maintain this French cut. Your other side, you can say your beard comes, but you manage it, this one. You have a zeal to manage it. If you can manage that zeal, why can't you manage leadership?
Binay, I think there is a question here from Asha Maroju in the chat box. So she says leadership is a very tough journey.
Yes.
And being honest and showing integrity is not always an easy job. So do you have any tips for her?
See, I do accept the fact. See, integrity, when someone told, no, what is Mahabharata? I said that inside everyone, Mahabharata is going on. Our brain is Dhritarashtra. It is blind. It doesn't have anything. The negative influences, the 100 of negative influences, the Kaurava, this influences the brain. And what are the positive influences? Everyone has this 5 senses, the Pandavas. Now, it is your 5 senses how you use it. If you want to overcome the emotions, now what is the purpose? I say Draupadi's was a purpose. What did she say? That when she opened up the hair, she told that I will tie up the hair with the blood of Duryodhan. In a single purpose, all the 5 brothers were there. Now, who is this one? Krishan. Krishan is your conscience. It's a Sarathi. It's a conscience which always say what to do, what not to do. It's up to you. And I really feel sorry for someone like Karan, who I say is the ego. Although he was the eldest, but he was in the wrong side. That's the basic thing.
Like Vinay, we'll take the last two questions from Vijay Lakshmi and Rema Devi. Vijay Lakshmi, your question.
Yes, Vijay Lakshmi.
Hello, Dr. Vinay Dasi.
Yes, Dr.
It's
Vinay.
fantastic day today.
Thank
And
you.
my question is, are leaders born or made, or they come out of the circumstances? Which makes them the better leaders?
I will never say they are born. I'll say they are made and they come out with circumstances. They come out with circumstances. Circumstances are something. We say no one is a born leader from the mother's womb. It is a society and the circumstances which makes a leader.
Yeah, Rema Devi, do you have a question? Rema Devi. I think she has risen her hand by mistake, I think. So we'll stop there and then thank you very much. So I would like to tell you that the next presentation is going to be made by once again, I'll show you the list. So the next presentation is going to be made by Nabil Nasor on 14th March. So the topic that he's going to deal with is defining training objectives. I'm sure it's going to be extremely useful for all the prospective traders and the current trainers. So everyone who wants to do any training program must begin with a definition of objectives like Vinay has done today and like many others do. So I invite Nabil to propose a formal vote of thanks and also invite all of us to the presentation that he's going to make the next fortnight.